Hi, everyone. How are you today? Welcome. I'm Rachel Chamness at Sound Waves Heal. Today, I wanted to talk about shadow work and the number one shift that can change everything. I really talk about this a lot, and I think it's really, really important. And I thought we could just really get into detail in this one part of shadow work. So when I talk about shadow work, I don't want you to click off, go, oh no, I don't want to do that. That's going to be hard. No, we don't want to do that. What we want to do is make it easy. Shadow work does not have to be the thing that you're doing for months that is so miserable. All of that does not have to happen. What can happen instead is that you learn how to do a little bit of shadow work that takes you a few seconds and that helps you go on with your day in a way that doesn't hurt you or make it awful, but actually makes it easy. So shadow work can be done with a few really simple steps. And I, of course, talk about this on my free shadow work blog post, which is right here on screen, soundwavesheal.com/shadow-work. But I think it's really important that we talk about this one part that makes it so easy, and that is true acceptance. And acceptance is maybe not exactly what you think. So let's just go through it, okay? So this is the number one shift that can change everything. So first of all, let's just talk about resistance, right? So resistance is energy attention. Whatever you resist stays in relationship with you. So when someone tries to like fix a shadow or heal it away or override it with higher vibration or analyze it needlessly, then they're still orienting towards it as a problem. And that keeps it energized. So, what we want to do instead is learn to use acceptance to release something. So, when you are just like focusing on the problem too much, then it can bring a lot of nervous energy. Your nervous system is like alert and it keeps you in harmony with what you don't want. Does that make sense? But I'm not saying that you're just going to override it with higher vibration. Like I said, you're not just going to, try to not think about it. That is pushing it away. That's resistance in itself. And I think this is something that we do all the time, right? If you're like, oh, I don't want to think about that right now. I've got something to do. I can't think about that right now. It's making me really anxious, right? That is not helping. It's going to make it worse. Even if you're like forcing it out of your brain, then your body is like, because it's still there. So the best thing to do is acceptance. And acceptance is not saying it's okay. You're not saying, hey, this thing that happened that's bothering me, or this worry that I have, it's totally fine. It's not like that. What you want to say is, I feel this way. Acceptance is just, hey, I'm feeling some kind of way. I'm feeling this way. And I'm just going to sit with that for a few seconds and admit to myself that I'm feeling that way. And that isn't any kind of judgment on how I'm feeling or anything like that. It's just, hey, I'm feeling anxious. Okay, let me just sit with that anxiety. Okay, well, that's because I'm worried about my kid's school or where he's going next year. That's one of the things that I've been dealing with. And I'm hoping it's going to be a safe and fun and cool environment for him. I'm a little worried about him going to a new school. So you can see how, like, as I'm like accepting it and thinking about it, I'm starting to name all the things that I really am worried about. It goes a little deeper, like, will he be safe? Will he have fun? Will he enjoy his life here? Will it be good for him? These are my worries. And as I think about it, it's coming up. And each time I think of one, I'm just sitting with it for a few seconds and saying, like, okay, this is how I feel. So in the Eckhart Tolle book, New Earth, I think it's called, it's been so long since I've read it. He talks about this, where if you just sit with it and you're like, I'm feeling this way, and that's okay. That is another way you can kind of word through the acceptance. You're not saying that the feeling is okay. You're saying that it's okay that you feel that way. So here I am just going through it, feeling it. And then it will separate from you and you will feel less tied up or identified with this emotion. So earlier when I was saying whatever you resist stays in relationship with you, it's like whatever you're resisting, it's like it becomes part of you. It's like you're not resisting anything. Like the action of resisting something is like magnetizing it towards you. I'm sure you guys see this. Well, we do it all the time. I do it all the time too. It's so human nature. But when we just stop and breathe and just accept that, it will separate. Now, do you have questions about this? I really am excited to channel today my Pleiadian guide, AnaOmbre. She's amazing, and I just don't channel her enough. And so I love to do that. So I will be bringing her in a minute. She'll, of course, give a healing as well. But I just really want to make sure you really get this. Like the core shift that makes shadow work actually work is just allowing integration. And integration is just the acceptance of this feeling, just sitting for a moment and letting that integrate into you. And then that releases the push away, the I'm not thinking about it, I'm not thinking about it sort of human thing that we do. And it will alleviate the stress from it. Now, in this instance that I'm giving you the example of me being worried about my kids' school. So in that example, what does it help me to be worried about these things? I have these worries, and yes, I'm going to do something about them. I'm going to find out more, and I'm going to fix it. So there's really no help. Like there's nothing helpful about me sitting around going, oh, I'm anxious about this. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? I have to find that out. So I just accept that I feel anxious about it, and it's on my to-do list. I will go and find out. We're going to go visit the school. We're going to ask Spirit more questions. I've already gotten lots of answers from Spirit about this. So, I'm just going to do all the things that I can. And in the meantime, between this moment and that moment that I can make some action, I'm just acknowledging the feelings that I have so that they dissipate and that I can really just go on with my life and enjoy my life. So when it comes to shadow work, you just don't want to get to this kind of like anxious place where you're anxious all day about something you can't fix at this moment, or and sometimes it's nothing you can fix anyway. You just have to trust in the universe to help you. But being anxious about it is definitely not helping you, right? Because again, we have to remember the law of attraction, and being anxious and constantly thinking that you don't have the thing is going to keep you in a state of not having the thing, because that's how law of attraction works. But if you can release it and then try to do some sort of manifestation exercise, then that can help. Now, if you don't have a good manifestation exercise, then I hope that you'll tune in on Monday night, because Monday night I'm coming on live with Missy Sullivan, who is my partner, who always helps me with my yearly retreat. And I am doing a retreat in April. And so we're going to be talking about the retreat, but we're also going to be talking about the number one manifestation exercise, which even if you've seen us do this before, you have to tune in because it's so much fun. So you just need some sort of manifestation exercise after you've released whatever it is that's making you anxious. So this is just a really easy way to do shadow work. There's a lot of other things, and I list them in my shadow work blog post, and we're talking about like acceptance here, but also forgiveness. Ho'oponopono is a good one. Things like that. Those things will help you quite a bit. So there's more to it, and this is a little more just in the releasing, but I think it will really help you. And I see you all here. Thank you for being here. And we have new YouTube members like Sharon, and then we have longtime YouTube members, Joanne. Thank you for coming. Okay, so I want to channel AnaOmbre and see what she has to say about using acceptance. I'm sure she'll have some new, interesting something to help us with this topic. So let me just drink a little water and I'll bring her in. If you have a question for AnaOmbre, then let me know. Actually, I'm going to say channeling and healing. Okay. Oops, I lost it. Technology. Okay, here we go. I'm so pleased to be here today. I am AnaOmbre. I am this channel's Pleiadian star guide and point in connecting with her starseed mission. Ah, my music. Hold on. I'll bring her back in. Oh, that's not the right one. Here we go. Acceptance is so much deeper and more complex than you may give it credit for. As you release what is gripping you, what is keeping you stuck, as you release this emotion by naming it and by looking at it and by accepting that it is in the current phase of where you're at, then it will release from your nervous system. And this is very important. You live in a time-based reality, and this can be difficult in many ways as you can only tackle one or a few things at a time. And when you need to work on yourself, you will need a quiet time to really focus on the solutions to what your problems are. And many times you don't have solutions. However, we would like to say that when you have a problem without solutions, that you can always sit quietly and invite your guides in and receive a next step solution that can help you. This is where you must be patient, for your next step may sound completely unrelated. It may sound like something that's not going to help you immediately, and yet you must know that we understand the law of attraction and manifestation in deeper ways than you do. So when you receive this next step, just believe what you are receiving, and even if it makes no sense, begin to activate that into your life. Now, this is solutions, but what we'd like to really go back to is how you receive this feeling or this thought. It causes stress, it causes anxiety, it causes negative thoughts, and you must deal with it immediately. This does not need a quiet space, a long time tune in. This is not a time for solution. Perhaps you are in the middle of your workday, perhaps you're in the middle of a class, perhaps you are in the middle of busy work or errands, but can you take a moment, even if you must excuse yourself and step into a quiet space outside or even a bathroom, and take one moment and take a breath and say, okay, this is happening. I'm feeling this emotion. And that's it. I'm feeling it. Just sit with it for a few seconds. Breathe. And you'll feel it release from you. And later, you can take that moment to settle in and receive a little bit of help from your guides. I would love to give a trance healing through this medium now to help you realize how you can do this, even if you are not a channel or medium yet. For it is your birthright to be able to channel your spirit guides and speak with them, and you already do, and perhaps you do not realize that you do. And so here's a healing to help you realize this, and if you are a medium already, to help strengthen this muscle of understanding what is for you and what is for others, and to help you also bring yourself to sit in that quiet space for 5 to 10 minutes, to ask the questions and to remember to ask, what is my next step? yanasia karakodia. Ayananaku, yamananakai storakosi. Ayananaku, yayananakuti. Ayananakuti atia. Ayananakuti siamatukutia tutuyotu. Ayokukukukuku. Ayaraptus chakarasia, stupidikaia, story. I rikki some critics and criticia, rattergoriam. I rutgrisa brasura, zuckerkastai, super, the carai super. I yokot. Well, that was AnaOmbre. I hope that this is helpful to you. And let's see, there are a few comments here. Hi. Luana says, I have learned that giving myself the opportunity to learn and grow in the acceptance is loving myself. It is. It is a form of loving yourself. You're taking that moment to really just tune in and taking that. I mean, it can be 5 seconds, but it is a form of self-love. And it's really important. I see you all there. Thank you so much for coming. And if there's no questions, then I will say thank you for coming. And if you think of a question, we'll come back to my YouTube page at Soundwaves Heal and put it in the comments, and I'll get back to you about the question. I wanted to let you know that I do have a new group inside school. It's very exciting, and it does have my Spirit Guide Masterclass in there. So you can go to Soundwaves Heal Inside School, that's SKOOL, or you can go to my regular link, which is soundwavesheal.com/spirit guides, and that will take you there, and you will see that I have my whole spirit guide foundations course there, channeling spirit guides, which you can access for free, and I would just love to see you all there. So I can't find it. Well, I can't find the link. I have it written here somewhere. But if you go to the top of my Soundwaves Heal page, you can also click here for Channeling Spirit Guides course, and it'll also take you to school. So I'm very excited to be there. Lots of metaphysical and light work people and coaches and helpers and healers and channels are going there. And I think it's a really great platform where you're not punished for doing anything, and it's just all light, very good, and it's free, and it's just a much better platform. So I hope I'll see you there, and I hope you'll see you on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for coming. Bye.